Welcome back to Tales of Yavard. We are a Mythcraft TTRPG podcast, and this is not going to be our first campaign that sees Tale. This is going to be a continuation of Lesh's tale, The Atomic Heart. With me, we are joined by our guest today, Clouse Hands.
Hey everybody, how's it going? And still Clouse Hands.
Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'm playing Ruin.
Joey.
What's going on, guys? I'm playing Comics.
I am Corey Griffin, and I'm going to be playing Pergo Swimmerland. And last and running the show today, we have Kobe.
I'm a big old fucking crab.
On the last time of Lesh's Tales, the crew managed to get back to their ship. However, not without a fight. They were able to defeat and defend their ship as it were standing. As they were all taking a rest, it seems that Ruin dived deep into a nightmare and now has crabs. Stay tuned to find out what happens next.
Okay. It seems
Let's go.
I know, yes. The morning time, story time, and let me finish my breakfast real quick. The new chef is so good still, so...
I have beer.
You Siri! What the fuck? The beer for breakfast?
Here you go.
Thank you.
It's for you.
And yes, where were we? Yes, the giant crabs and Ruin. So yes, Ruin found himself in his bedroom, a giant crab in front of him, staring him deep in the eye. And what you hear, Ruin, from this crab in a low, shallow voice in the back of your head. Feed me. I'm so hungry. Feed me.
What do you eat?
Meat. Blood. Dreams.
I was just having a pretty weird dream, but I don't have blood or meat. I could get you some, I think.
You're saying this, you remember that pain in the dream, that hunger of literally being eaten away, and you start to feel that in real life as this creature is literally psionically projecting what he's feeling onto you. Feed me. Feed us.
What? Am I able to tell kind of like what time it is? Is it still pretty late?
You have like a porthole. It is like very like that blue period right before the sun begins to rise. So it's getting close to morning, but not there yet.
Okay, and if I may have to roll like intuiting for this. Do I feel like if this thing, like if I got up and tried to move, this thing would try to attack me?
It doesn't look hostile. It looks hungry. It looks defeated. But yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to attack. No.
Okay. In that case, I think he would use sonorous voice and just say real loud, we're real hungry in here. Anybody got any food?
Just like 2-3 a.m. in the morning, just blaring through the whole building.
He did say we also.
Yeah. Give me an awareness check, everybody, to see if you hear this, because they
you
do.
Take perceiving.
Yeah. I feel like I want eavesdropping for it since it is literally just hearing. I
Well, I
guess
mean,
perceiving
perceiving doesn't
does it.
just say vision based.
Okay, yeah, then I'll take perceiving. Fine, twist my arm. You can have it.
I got an 11.
What's the DC?
Has everybody rolled for it?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, perceiving would work. So, the only one I think who would hear this would be Hergo. Just because everybody is such a deep sleep. I was looking for a 15.
Oh yeah.
You're in a room full of plants and stuff. They're very sound dampening, and everybody is like very tired after the fucking long fighting off fatigue. But yeah, Pergo does hear this and begins to stir. But before that, a couple other of your crewmates do hear it as they rolled a nat 20 to
Nice.
perceive that. So as Pergo is like stirring and becoming awake, two of your crewmates walk in. They have like a plate of like, what would you normally eat?
Well, as a as a golem, he
doesn't.
doesn't actually eat.
Mhm.
I mean, he'll eat stuff if people offer him food, but for the
Yeah.
most part, he just has to drink. Um, and I mean, it's just water. Like he usually just drinks water, like a good plant.
Yeah. I rolled an intelligence check to see if they would figure out the fact that it's weird that you said we and also our golem not eating. That is a 3 on the dice. So they're gonna they kind of like walk in with like water and like a few little like rations, and it's just like groggily open the door like ruin, it's so early, late. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? And the crab turns, and within a second, both of them are within his pincers and in half as he crushes them and just they're crushed under the pincers, almost like fold as if they're like playing cards. He just crushed in his hand and Smeared, bring the food to us, and begins to
What?
eat. And as he begins to eat,
Ooh.
you feel like a rush of euphoria and satisfaction wash over you, and does a 15 beat your will.
My will. Yeah, it does.
So this is you are considered like enthralled by this creature at this point.
Oh shit.
As you are feeling all the sensations. You went from being so decrepitly hungry and feeling that, and after not ever eating, never having feeling the sensation before, to feeling so satisfied and nourished and replenished by the blood of your crewmate that you're seeing them being devoured in front of you by this crab.
Hey, you shouldn't. Ooh, that's good. Hey, let's do more of that.
And yes, more, but not tonight. I'm satiated. Thank you. Dream now. And it's going. You're going to start feeling extremely tired, and you're going to fall back asleep. Pergo, what are you gonna be doing?
Okay. So my this is actually kind of funny. Pergo's just gonna amplify his own voice in response and just be like, Ruin, just go talk to Kamex for food. Why are you yelling across the ship?
Baba and Yaga both. I swear to God, if one more person increases their voice, I'm going to Eldritch Orb so many people.
Depending on how long this all took, since this has a duration of a minute, if he's fallen asleep before this is run out because of the thing the crab did, you just hear loud snoring, magnified threefold.
Oh no! It happens twice because mine lasts for 10 minutes, and Virgo will be going back to sleep right after that.
Everybody is able to get their rest, and they wake up feeling extremely rejuvenated after such hard work in fighting this. We wake up to a level up. You guys are all now level 5.
Hey,
Use that motherfucker soundboard. Ban him. Privilege is gone.
Wait.
I need another bowl after you fucking doing
Where
all
is
this
it?
bullshit.
Where is it? I have too many servers.
Yeah, you guys all wake up, and after a good night's sleep, especially Ruin is feeling very, very well rested for having such a odd nightmare, but they just can't seem to remember for some reason though. He just remembers that he had a strange nightmare, had to do with something about a crab, but that's really all he can remember from the night he had before.
it'll be a good day. I feel good.
What did everybody getting up to this morning? Yeah, what does a morning normally look like for our boy K-Max?
He's probably gonna wake up and head down into the galley and probably start cooking breakfast.
Can you give me a awareness check as you're looking through all your goods?
Sure. Does perceiving work?
Yeah.
Can I use intuition?
No, because you don't know that you're looking for something right
Boom. How about a 7 on a nat 1?
on a nat 1, you don't notice, but you're like, you're chopping veggies up, getting breakfast ready, and as you're doing so, behind you on your like spice rack is just a small crab skittering behind you that you don't notice. Dirge, what are you doing this morning as you wake up after yesterday's events?
Dirge is waking up, checking his gear, getting properly dressed. He just doesn't really eat, so he kind of checks out up on top of the weather deck, takes a look around, see what's going on. Is it still foggy, etc., etc.?
It does seem like the fog has begun to fade as you reach it. Morning time. It seems to be at rather clear skies, actually. Captain Crank is on the front bow again, kind of looking out forward and just enjoying the view.
They're just gonna walk up to the captain and be like, "Captain, good morrow."
Yeah. Nice to see you, Dirge. Happy to not have to just use your body and you're still kicking around. You did well with those sirens.
Oh, I tried. It's much better to be 6 foot above ground than under.
He's gonna lean close to you. You better not eat anybody or bite anybody on this crew like you did. At least without asking. And just gives you a real rough like pat on the back. But I don't think we have to worry about that.
Of course not. Of course not. I don't necessarily embrace the curse that has been forced upon me, Captain. It was merely something to slake the thirst until, hopefully, the treasure in the chest would either cure me or end the thirst completely. One can hope.
Oh yeah, I'll get there. We all definitely got our curses here. I mean, shit. And he looks down to his chest and is like, that's kind of the whole thing on this crew.
Quite right.
I'll get with you after breakfast to explain what's going on next.
Understood. See you down below when it's time.
And Pergo, what is your morning looking like?
He would start off his morning. He would choose 9 for his spell that gives him the prophetic glimpse. I would choose 9 when I wake up. I would open up my infirmary for morning sick call. Heal anyone that check on anybody. Heal anyone that needs it. And then go down for breakfast.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty quiet morning for the most part. No one shows up necessarily. Yeah, just a quiet morning by the time you go make it down to the breakfast. And then our buddy Ruin over there, waking up feeling real great, real refreshed.
Covered in blood.
No, he just watched the crab get covered in blood. So, Ruin, as you waking up, do you take care of your plants in the morning?
Yeah. So, one of the things he does is he wakes up and he'll just kind of spend a little bit casting bloom on the little plants in his area. Creating some pollinator insects flitting around and sustaining the environment, making them smell better and bloom and stuff like that, look better. And then he would, especially if it's finally sunny out, he would spend some time up on the deck just absorbing sunlight, which mechanically would give him some shield HP.
Okay. Wait, before you get up to that deck, you are taking care of your plants and stuff, and you're looking at one of your bigger, leafier ones, and you're watering it, casting bloom on it, and you notice on the leaf there's like an odd stain. It looks like something. You go to touch it, and you recognize that this is like blood, and then you start looking, and you notice that there's on a lot of your plants, little speckles of dots of blood, and you find it kind of on the floor as well. And yeah, you just find a little bit of rare bits of blood around your room and a small like stain by the door.
Is there anything I could roll to try to figure that out of like what that means?
I would allow a.
I mean, like I could do like intuiting, but I don't know what all information I would get from that.
I was actually gonna say I think the only skill I would take would be intuiting if you're trying to intuit on yourself why you have a weird vibe about this. I will say it's a pretty high DC, but that's something you could try to do.
Okay, would you take intuition with that?
Yep.
Okay, so there's that roll and that roll. So total of
Oh.
19.
I was looking for 20.
Damn.
You do, I will say, with something you are very close, so you won't be able to put the pieces together, but you do flash back to a bit of your dream for a second, and you just remember when the crabs were all surrounding around you, and that feeling of that I'm just kind of eating at you, and you get like a weird, strange feeling in like the pit of your stomach looking at this.
Why do I feel hungry? Anyways, I'll just kind of move on. I mean, he knows he's like his whole thing that he's wanting to go get the thing for his head anyways, because he knows he's missing some brain power, so he's just kind of attributing it to he forgot something and moving on.
The crab picked the best target for this.
Yeah.
But you guys are all able to eat your breakfast, and Crank would gather you guys and Baba and Yaga and just say, well, now we got a couple days travel. It should be relatively normal seas for the most part. We do have a couple challenges ahead of us, but those should be a couple days ahead at least. So for now, just all hands on deck. Keep your eyes out. we are in a treacherous part of the sea. There are plenty of things that, could come try to take a bite. So, yeah. I'm gonna be up the front mast with my crank and my other crank, cranking it up. As you guys are swimming along here, I'm not swimming along, driving along here in the boat. Can I get a 2d6 from one person?
I got a 4 and a 5 for a total of 9 on the 2d6.
Okay. Yeah. So for the first two couple days, it's pretty well. I mean, there's a couple storms here and there, like not some rainy weather, inclement weather, but nothing too crazy. And then you guys are about on day 4 now of what is supposed to be the last bit of the week journey. And you see in the distance what seems to be like a cyclone in the water, just shooting up into the sky, pretty far away, not anywhere near you. It's like not on the track, but you just see a bunch of water, like cyclones, like a group of them, like 5 or 6, swirling in the water. Luckily, you seem to have missed the cyclone storm. You guys rolled pretty well on that table. There was not too many bad things that could happen, but you did well for the first couple days. And you're together talking again with Baba and Yaga one night about stuff, and they have seemed to have made a breakthrough with this book, and they want you guys to gather around.
So, Yaga and Baba, what exactly was there to break through with the book?
It is the book. It eats. I don't know how to explain it, but it seems that whatever you feed it, it gains knowledge of.
And then they have it. Yaga pulls it out of their satchel, and it seemed to be relatively calm for the most part. There's a few little ink tendrils kind of reaching out.
If you scratch under its chin a little bit, it calms down for the most part, and you can feed it. But
can you point at it where the chin itself is?
you can't tell looking at it.
It's a book.
Fucking people. Who do we sail with?
Actual intellectual.
You would be dead without us.
And then they point
And
it.
you would still be in prison.
I'm leaving that there for later.
But then it's going to reach for the spine of the book, and on the bottom of the spine, it kind of scratches the end of it, and it's kind of calms down a little bit, and it opens up, and you see Baba pull out what seemed to be a small potion, one of theirs, and they literally just pour it on to the book, and the book closes. It makes some noises, the ink wraps around it, and it gets a little bit bigger. And then when the book opens up again, you see what the spell is, everything it does, and it fully is explaining the type of magic in this. And it's
whatever you feed it, it seems that it gains some knowledge. So we're gonna keep using this to do all our research. I much appreciated, Ruin. Good find.
Happy to help. Hope I find more like it.
We hope you do too. But it seems that we've had pretty good sales so far. How you? I think we should almost be approaching the whirlpool here in a couple days.
How close are we?
Well,
How close is pretty close?
if we don't hit any more bumps in the road, we should get in there within 2 or 3 days.
There's still many things that need done.
Yes, always.
1 or 2 more if it does take roughly 3 days. I might be in a bit of a pickle.
If it is absolutely needed, come to my room.
Will do. Thank you, Pago.
That cost 10 silver.
Yeah, so you guys have this conversation, and then another day goes by. And I think around this time, Crank would have brought it to the attention that there are a couple people missing. Gathered everybody up around breakfast one morning, and, well now, everybody, It's not an announcement I like to make, but there seems to be 4 of our crew members missing in action. I don't know if I miscounted and we lost some in the siren battle that I missed, so I assume that, but it seems that that isn't the case, so we need to figure this out. I don't want to point fingers, but there is a new man on board who seems with a bit of a hunger. And he's gonna eye Dirge up.
With all due respect, that was one of the more bloody fights I've ever seen us go through. Are you sure that these 4 men were not of lighter stock than one such as yourself?
We'll see. I thought that, and I'm pretty sure maybe at least 2 of them did, but I just saw.
Jumped off the boat?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you meant to just died from wound from the battle. I misunderstood. No,
No,
I mean,
I mean
at this
abandoned
point,
ship.
roll for his big old brain he has, and he actually rolled. I think he's gonna not even think about that. Well, nah, that's a good
May
point.
May I roll persuading again?
Yeah,
28.
yeah. I mean, I didn't notice any boats being missing, but who knows? I mean,
Captain, I'm not meaning abandoned ship to return to land. I'm wondering if the mental drain was too much for some of the individuals.
well, I mean, I haven't known many to do that on my ship. I usually pick up brighter strong than that, but we did have to pick up a few more crew for this ship, this journey and trek. So it's definitely plausible. Dirge, I'm sorry. I think I jumped. It's hard to look at kind like you and not get a little bit of a fire in my belly.
Because if we are being honest, Captain, with ourselves and with each other, we all need to try and not point fingers at each other and look for more reasonable solutions. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Dirge. What were you going to say?
It's nothing that I haven't had experienced before. Much less if there is a lack of trust with my nature and what I am that I have to accept. Feel free to lay a 2-man watch upon my bunk. I don't mind. If that's what it takes to gain your trust, Captain, so be it.
No, I don't need all that. Just Pergo, if you want to vouch if something does befall and I find out it is Dirge, you'll be part of that punishment, just to let you know. But no, fine. We're all dismissed. I apologize. And with that, we're gonna have another couple days of travel on the sea, and a Baba and Yaga's sonorous voice are echoing out to anybody below deck.
Well, it seems we're about at the whirlpool. We're gonna need all hands on deck up here. So everybody come on up. Ruin especially, K-Mac you too. We don't need hands in the kitchen and down in the forklift area. Come up.
On my way.
Ergo will go up.
Comex goes up.
Third hit goes up, makes sure to grab his big hat.
Yep. Ruin's up there. He's headed that way.
Yeah, as you have reached the top deck, everybody's kind of gathered around. Captain Crank is sitting close to the top mast, and well, it seems it is time for us to enter the whirlpool. If all legends are right, we have to ride the whirlpool to the center, and that will lead us to the cave that had the treasure.
And
Yes, Pergo?
what are we using the amulet for? Is that part of this, Captain?
That's for in the cave. There's that's Baba and Yaga's gig for the specifics. All I know is that without it, I'd probably end up mincemeat from what they've told me.
Understandable.
Baba and Yaga would chime in.
Yeah, it is there's it's in the cave there's lots of traps and there
I don't think I have a name of that captain guy.
the blood of the captain of the ever sinking ship seemed to help deter those for some sort or another. The text that we had found did not give us too much information on it, but enough to know that it was needed.
Crank would continue. So we are going to approach the whirlpool within the hour now. I need everybody up. We're gonna be quite a treacherous sea to ride it. I only can hope that this old ship of ours will make it through. Begins to get closer. At about like 20 minutes out, you do feel like a heavy rain starts to pour. And as you begin to get closer and closer, the tide starts pulling the ship, and you see almost the whole sea start swirling into this giant whirlpool in front of you. Large, jagged bits of coral are sticking out, and you see the fins of what seem to be giant shark-like creatures swimming through this whirlpool. It is going to be a couple things we can all do. We're going to be people who can hop on cannons. Here, as we approach, there's going to be people who can hop onto mast and help steering. And then there's also going to be people who will be on the deck, just straight defending anything that gets on to the ship. Again, anything that gets onto the ship. I will let you guys pick with that what you would want to, where you think your characters would be at the start of this as they get ready.
I think Pergo will man a cannon.
Okay.
Comics is also going to man a cannon.
I think Ruin would just be ready to defend. I mean, he's going to be sitting there with his axe, ready to chop anything that happens up on deck. Either that, or he's going to be helping with the mast, but I don't know. That sounds like something that would require climbing. So unless it's something that's really good for his strength, then he's just going to be there for defense.
Okay. I will say you definitely could be at the bottom, like keeping the strings down and holding those down. And I would say you guys, knowing my roll luck, you might want to have somebody on each thing to help with that, because we don't want me to be the entire crew, because we know how I roll.
That's
but yeah,
fair. Then yeah, he'll help with the steering then.
Okay. And then we have 2 people on cannons. And what is Dirge gonna be doing?
I think Dirge is going to be manning the helm unless the captain or someone wants to take it, because the best thing that he has right now is operating water vehicles.
Yeah, if you want to take the helm, that would definitely be can offer that up and do that over me, because I bet you have a better check than what I have to it.
It's just a +5 if the TT, the VRTRPG, whatever you want to call it. If those gods are going to be willing, here we go.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the +3 personally, so you do have a better one there. But yeah, as we start to approach this, you guys feel the ship start being pulled by it, and you hear Crank, "Buckle up, boys, this is about to be a fun ride." And the nose of the ship hits like the very edge of it, and you start plummeting and start rapidly going around this whirlpool. Can I please get an initiative roll from everybody? Let me just pull up initiative for you.
Oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
I'm going to use one of my rerolls. Fuck that.
Wow. Ruin rolled a 19 for a total of 16.
With my reroll, I rolled a 19 for a total of 22.
I'm going to use a luck point.
So do luck points replenish per day or per rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
God. It got worse.
Oh boy. That's slightly better, but not by much.
So as we're doing this, the start, as you guys begin, you dip to the beginning, that rapid descent. as you're shooting down this water, going around this whirlpool, coral is jutting out from the whirlpool in front of you, and it's going to be Pergo. On the cannon, you see this. You have to try to take a shot at this coral to try to break it up before you go smashing into it. Please give me the range attack with the cannon.
That's gonna be a 17. Do you want cannon damage?
No, I just want to see if you hit as you're blasting your cannon trying to hit this coral in front of you. We have Ruin trying to grapple with the sails as the winds from the whirlpool are pulling them in all directions. Can I get that strength check from ya?
Yes. Would you take intuiting with this?
Yes.
Total of 12.
And Dirge at the helm,
shit.
steering us around, trying to dodge out of the way and drift with this whirlpool and not have yourself being completely sunk to the water. Please roll me that vehicle. What vehicle's handling?
Would you take navigation? Oh boy. How do I roll it? Maybe I shouldn't have, taken the helm.
And then
I swear, Captain, I'm not trying to, flounder the vessel.
as you're doing so, trying to drift and hold it is starting to like teeter in. Comics on the cannon. Can I get that attack from you?
17.
So yeah, as you guys are going, these two cannonballs from both sides crash in two pieces of the coral that look like they're going to be the waves. We're trying to drift around. They're able to shatter them apart, causing no damage to the vehicle as you are able to go around this turn. Dirge is keeping it afloat and doing his best too, but he gets a little too close, and the side of his boat, the side of the boat is like dipping into the water, taking on some, and there's just sheer force of the water rushing past it is starting to almost rip at the sides of it a little bit, doing some damage to the ship. And as we have Ruin trying to hold down these mats, keeping control of them, he's able to just barely keep a hold on it to not have the mast strings rip under him, able to lean back using all his weight to hold himself down as you make it through like this first bound of the whirlpool. In doing so, a couple of these shark-like creatures are jumping onto the ship. They seem to be like a face of a shark and the fin of a shark, but their bodies are covered in what seem to be like coral-like growths that are like razor sharp, and they seem to be able to walk just on the ship no problem, and they've jumped on top of it now. As this happened, is anybody abandoning their post to help defend?
I feel like we got a lot of defenders. I'm not going to abandon.
If push comes to shove, I can try and do a prayer thing and singe him on the tail.
Yeah.
Would I still be able to use a ranged attack while I'm holding this?
So it's going to be one or the other. Because we're not going to go into like full combat because kind of there's so much happening at once. It's kind of like you're either going to be defending and doing something like that, or you're helping with the actual whirlpool itself.
He's already struggling to hold on to this, so I think he would hold on to it.
Seeing that Pergo has a pretty solid cannon shot, he's probably going to hop off the front cannon and prepare for defense.
Okay. So yeah, as you make this first bend and you see these creatures jump on, you are able to do through this first one with only one failure. And we have now at the start of the next round, we're getting to it. There is still more coral. So we're going to have, once again, another check from Pergo for shooting at this bit of coral that's jutting out.
I actually did not have my bonus right on that last one. So I'm double checking it now. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crit fail on a cannon. That cannon no longer functions.
Yep.
It mushroomed out.
Yeah.
Backfire.
Just like cannon mechanics, one or two is a crit fail, and on a crit fail for a cannon, it no longer functions.
Mm-hmm. So that cannon is gonna mushroom out the end of it as this coral is coming up towards you, and the ship is going to. It looks like it's gonna crash right into it. Ruin's still fighting these things. Can I get one more of those strength checks from you?
Yes. I'll add intuition again. That's a lot better. Total of 23.
As you are doing that, you're able to keep a hold of them. Dirge, give me one more vehicles handling check.
Here we go. Oh, that's much better. How about a 17?
And then Comics now helping defend their the queue with these seem to be like coral sharks. Give me a just an attack roll, please.
About a 23.
You guys did relatively well the route, except for the one crit fail. The rest of your crew does decent enough with 2d10s. You are able to make it through another round of this. You've made it like 2/3 of the way. Your ship is taking a little bit of beating on both of these turns. You smash right into this piece of coral and it scratches up more of it. Your ship is looking a little battered and beatered now. Is going to be looks like it might be a little bit harder going forward. And luckily though, we have Comics in the background fighting these sharks as like everybody's fighting it. Ruin's holding things down. You guys are all doing great. Except for this cannon just blowing up in the face. Luck is no longer on Purgo's side for once. And we get to the next bit of the whirlpool. You hear Crank call out, I see the portal in the bottom now. We're getting close. Hold steady. And he lets off with a huge bit of his crank firing at the front, shooting some more of this coral out of the way. And Baba and Yaga are firing Eldritch Orbs into these coral sharks alongside of Comics, trying to fight a way through our thing. And we are at the top doing to the next bit of the whirlpool. And what is Purgo doing now that this cannon has blown up in front of his face?
I'm going to another cannon to keep shooting.
Okay.
If Crank is at the front cannon, I'll move to the other side. Because surprisingly, I'm actually not bad at cannon shots, at least not as bad as it could be. 16.
Sweet. Okay, that's doing good there. Ruin as well. Are you going to be still fighting with the mast in this one for now?
Yep.
Okay.
Just holding down the fort here. Total of 10.
Okay. You're holding them down, and one of them is like beginning to slip out of your hands, and it's you're struggling to hold them down as the wind as you're getting farther in is really pulling down on these, and keeping yourself upright is getting really tough. Dirge, how's that driving going for you?
Let's find out. Oh, wait, no, I did good.
You did indeed. You guys are rolling pretty fucking well on all of these. And then, can I get another attack roll from Comics helping defend?
Sure. How about a 22?
We're going to do just one more last round of this to see if anything goes catastrophic at the very end here. As you guys are doing super well. Starting us off with Purgo.
So anyway, I'm going to keep blasting.
Hell yeah, with an 18.
I think my god's going to give me a little bit of guidance on this attack. And I'm going to use the spell guide.
Okay.
Turning that into a 21.
Gorgeous. You're just blasting away at all these sharp bits of coral in this like ruin.
Crit for a total of 27.
Yeah, after we're losing a little bit on that last one, you had to really steer yourself, and you're just like a tree rooted in, perfect grab of it, pull yourself down. You're grabbing it, and you just feel like that strength, almost like you have like pincer hands. Just really have a grip on this rope here.
I am Ruin.
And then we have our boy Dirge drifting us in this whirlpool, Tokyo boating over there. Let's see another one of those checks.
I don't know about you, but I'm bringing this bitch in sideways. Get. I really
yeah,
am.
you
Holy
are.
shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Comics fighting off these coral sharks, doing a great job. Give me one more attack roll.
I got you. Can I add intuition to this, even though it's not a skill check? Since I've been doing so well.
No.
Cool.
So okay. That little.
Do I chance the luck point?
I mean, you can't do much worse than that.
That's what I thought about my initiative roll. Which hindsight, I wasted that luck point.
Bet you won't, Chemix. Bet you won't.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So fuck you,
no.
Corey.
Okay.
What if
Oh,
I told you I
no.
wasn't gonna count that, and that was just for the hee hee ha's?
Can I donate my luck point?
No, that's a
There's a
talent, and you
talent.
know you don't have it. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, you're fighting, and a coral reaper is able to grab like a hold of your leg and just really get a good chunk of you, and you're in this. Not looking good for you on this one. In doing so, the defenses go down, and there seemed to be a little bit of panic for a moment. And there is a just like almost seems like the Coral Reapers are going to like overtake the group you guys defending. But then Baba and Yaga are blast the one off of you, and crank up top though. What Pergo knows, he goes to crank it, and it seems like his machine is stuck, and he can't get it going. And a bit of coral that you miss does crash into the ship, taking a little bit more of a beating, but not enough to slow the progress down. You are making your way to the end of the whirlpool, Tokyo boating, and as you do, you see almost like a arch of water begin to open up as a tunnel leads in, and with like a docking port for you to put the boat right through. And as you do so, the water closes behind you, and for a moment, everything seems dark. And then light glows. You're in a cave full of beautiful sea stones and gems leading the ceiling, the light reflecting off them from you guys' ship in the witch light. You are in this like gorgeous cave. There is a small beach with like this teal sand and a small campfire that's glowing, still lit, with seems to be a man or a figure, I should say, sitting next to it in a cloak.
Hail, friend. What brings you to this far off, out of the way place? I'm hollering off the front of the ship to the random ass guy that's just sitting in a fire pit that's magically glowing. No, just straight up. Hail, friend.
The cloak figure, you see like a movement on it. It's like shoulders move, like the head looks up, and then it stands up and hurriedly runs into the cavern.
Well, he was not willing to speak.
I will say, Dirge, that similar feeling you had in the back of your head when you first like could sense the amulet is happening again, and you like have a strong feeling for that amulet, and almost like a hunger for it. I would say, like it feels like it's calling towards you.
Is it coming from the guy or from the amulet itself?
The amulet itself.
Okay, I will have one more question. You said it's been a total of 6 days, or is it on day number 7?
It would be the morning, like day 7 is when you guys would have hit to the whirlpool.
Okay. I'm looking for the status of sickened because I thought it was day 6 and I just wanted to be double sure.
Pergo did offer food, and you do keep track of your schedule, so I assume you just ate on Pergo last night before the rest.
Oh no, all
And Pergo is considered as divine.
yeah, no, all Pergo had to do was just cast a spell on him. He would have ate the SP.
Which could still happen in the room when you explain that to him.
So rule of thumb being your lowest level spell will sustain me for a day. So yeah, you could subtract whatever SP is required if it's day 7.
1.
Yeah, 1. Okay, so there you go. I'm good. Okay, so anyway, you said that Dirge is feeling the same feeling that he felt from the amulet coming from the individual running. Correct?
No, so when he started running, you once again felt that feeling from the amulet.
Oh, from Pergo.
Yeah, like the amulet, like when you could sense the amulet from the first time, it feels like that same type of energy is happening again once this man like ran off into the thing.
Virgo, he might seem like a man that we'd want to follow. I suggest we disembark quickly and follow suit.
K-Max Ruin, you mind helping?
Oh, well, of course.
What do you need me?
On the sand. As he jumps off the front of the ship.
Okay. Yes. Crap. Would I have at any point had about 10 minutes, like as soon as we came in here or something like that, to cast an invocation?
I mean, you just pulled in, and then he screamed out. Baba and Yaga would say, "Seeing you guys gather,
If you are going to leave, we do have to ask you to wait for us before you venture too deep into the cave. I wouldn't.
Hurry up, friend.
I mean,
Hurry
this
up,
in the
friends.
kindest way. It took all our SP points to survive those reapers. We are out of juice.
With all due respect, Baba and Yaga, I feel a very strong urgency to follow that individual. I suggest you try and recover as soon as possible.
Yes, we shall. Yes. With haste then.
So without having 10 minutes, then what Ruin would do is real quick cast Hasten on himself, and then he would also cast Jump, which is going to put him up to double his speed and then double it again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he's at like 80 feet of speed, and then he is just going to leap as far as he can towards that fleeing figure.
yeah, I mean, with the haste and all the jumping and stuff, I think you'd actually would probably be able to catch up before he is too far in to the cave. Um. So yeah, you you make these jumps, and you're pretty much within a couple seconds you're able to catch up with this man. And what do you do as you're in like close enough to interact with him as he's trying to run?
Well, he would, be trying to talk to him like, "Hey, where you going? Please, hey, come here," and try to grab him.
But yeah, there is no response as you're running towards it and speaking at it. But give me that check to grapple.
As part of this, I would also self-cast Bullish Strength. Make sure I'm keeping track of my SP. And that's a strength attack. 15.
Yeah, you are able to grab this cloaked person, and they feel like there is some like thing under that cloak, but what the cloak size is and what you're feeling, it doesn't feel like it matches. Like it feels like there's way less in their cloak than what's filling it out and how big it looks. But you do have this thing grabbed.
Yeah, then I'll just start trying to bring him back to the
Yeah, as
beach.
you begin to like turn to grab him, look at it. You turn the cloak, and there seems to be like nothing inside of it when you look at it. Like you're holding it, you're feeling it. There's something there, but there's nothing.
You're weird. I'm gonna let the rest of them figure you out. You just come with me. He'll drag him. Still moving real fast and
Yep.
very strong. Just tugs
I
him
think you
back
guys
to the beach.
kind of all meet around the campfire.
Oh, you found our friend.
Yeah, this was the guy that's running, or this cloak was running away. There doesn't seem to be
Oh.
anybody here.
Reveal his face so we can speak to him. And hello, how are you? I'm sorry that my friend here decided to pick you up, but we need to speak with you.
It's not very nice to run away when people talking. And he would pull the hood.
Yeah, and you would just see there's nothing there. There's no head, anything. Just floating cloak with the hood down now.
If he like gently tried to put his hand where the head should be, would he feel anything?
No.
Like just kind of reaching, trying to pat the head. Nothing there.
Mm-mm.
Down, even inside the cloak. Just kind of like he's doesn't
Yeah,
feel a
you
head, so it just kind of.
when you start putting your hand into the cloak, it does feel like there is something there. It doesn't necessarily feel like human, and then if you look into it, doesn't necessarily like there's nothing actually in it, but there seem to be something in the center there that you can like touch and feel if you put your hands into it.
Kit,
Feel this, and he would hold it out to Virgo.
can you two back up? So what I would like to do is I'd like to put the cloak within 5 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that Dirge and KMX are not within 5 feet of me. And then I'm just going to explode in light.
Dirge will definitely back up.
Want to roll me the damage on that?
It's just tiny damage. It's not a lot of damage. Oh,
Instant
that's not-
death.
No, I would be very surprised if I had instant death with a D6 radiant.
Yeah. So there's like a few holes in the cloak that this radiant energy kind of bursts through it and stuff. And there seems to be like it like shakes and reacts to it and like flinches to it. But besides that, doesn't seem to be too much going on. That pain in the back of your head, Dirge, is getting stronger. You want to you want that same like hunger toward that amulet. Like you want to figure out like that you can like almost smell it, the blood in it, and like you feel like that pain and heat in the back of your head.
So it increased and got worse when the flash happened.
Yes.
Okay, so Dirge is gonna grab his head and be like, "Pergo, stop, please. Whatever you do, just don't do that again around the man with the hood, or it with the hood, for that matter. Just stop it."
I am just trying to get this thing to talk to us.
No, I
It's
understand, but
not.
I don't believe the man will talk. But every time you do that, I feel it. The pain is excruciating. It's reacting to the amulet. It's reacting to him, though the amulet is reacting to him, and it's not entirely, how does one say, pleasant, reacting with me, for lack of a better term. Mayhaps we follow him and allow him to leave. He might lead us to answers or solutions, maybe. Does anyone object? Anyone?
Could we take a couple minutes first? We gotta wait for Bob and Yaga.
Understood.
Not like the thing that we wanted is now here in front of us. I don't have a problem waiting.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be rushing off this time once it's if you guys have let it go or whatever. It just seems to be floating there now after the damage and stuff being taken. It just seems to kind of be existing for the moment.
Well,
And
depending on how long it takes for Bob and Yaga to get there, I'm gonna use the adapt invocation. Takes about 10 minutes,
okay.
and I'm gonna give myself the fins and sprint abilities from it. So I'll have a swim speed equal to my walking speed, and my walking speed increases by 10.
Yeah. You guys would wait for Baba and Yaga. It would be quite a while, I think. I think longer than you expect. After like 20, 30 minutes, do you guys think you guys would go back to the ship or
No,
you still wait here?
I would just wait here, honestly.
Yeah. You would hear eventually over Sonora's voice then.
I don't mean to be pushy, but I think it's best if you guys came back to the ship for tonight. It seems a lot of the crew was really beat from everything that's gone on. We need rest, and then we will all enter in tomorrow together.
Okay.
What of him? There
I
he
guess
says,
bring him along.
Bring him along.
If Ruin's able to grab him again, he'd just grab him and jump back onto the ship.
Yeah, you do feel like a small pull back towards the fire when you do that. Like it seems to want to be resting near there, but it is able to be kind of just like slowly dragged and brought back. And if you like let it go for too long, you do see it like slowly begin to like head back towards the fire, but it's enough to just be like, nope, you're gonna stay over here.
Just gonna put it in my room.
And it would after resting for the day, it would be start approaching to be like the later night, and food has been made. You guys are all resting, and it's once again going to reach nighttime. And our friend Ruin's having a reoccurring nightmare, it seems. And tonight is acting up again. He's once again on the beach, stuck in the sand, and the crabs are coming and crawling. And as you awake, the giant crab is once again in your room.
Hungry again. We need more food, more dreams.
Seeing it, does Ruin remember the previous encounter?
Yes. You can remember multiple previous encounters from this past couple days that have all come back now.
Sweet.
This is probably the 4th or 5th time he's talked to you. But this is only the third time he's asked you for food.
Gotcha. Uh, uh, oh, I'm still enthralled, aren't I?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I can try to get somebody else here, I guess.
You want it, don't you? You're hungry too.
And
I
that
don't-
gnawing pain starts to boil up in your stomach as his eyes glow.
I don't know what that is, but I sure liked it when you ate them things. That felt good. Has he pretty much just was it pretty much a repeat the second time? Like he called out and people came and they got ate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he'll keep doing it. It's been working, so he's gonna do it again.
Yeah, can I get a awareness check from everybody, please? Well, except for Ruin, I should say.
Receiving work.
Yep. So
And what you guys
Comex,
would hear it is need some more meat.
yeah, Comex and Pergo would definitely be able to hear this. Dirge is not able to.
Once again, awareness just fucking hates me, man.
I can't.
And then Ruin would hear.
No. Too suspicious. Lead them lower. I'll show you where I stay.
And he's going to you see in your mind, like in the very bottom of this ship, there is usually where all like the storages and stuff behind some stuff, you like see like in your head a vision of it, a small like nest like thing he's built for himself in the bottom of the ship.
There. I need them there.
Okay.
And you wait for if while you hopefully seeing a couple guys would come near you and see if anybody. None of your close by bunkmates would have heard this time. Your closest ones are now dead, so it would probably be K-Mex who would arrive first, hearing the call for food. Probably more confused as a call from Ruin of all people, and I think Pergo would probably be close behind. By the time you're there, though, the crab is not.
What? Oh, wait, no. K-Mac, go first.
Ruin, why do you keep asking? Or why are you asking for food? You don't really eat any of the other times that I make food.
We just hungry. You should come with me. I want to show you something.
Have you always talked to yourself in the third person like that, referring to as we?
I don't know what that means.
Can I roll some kind of check? Can I get a vibe check on this?
Yeah,
Can I do it with intuition?
intuition. Yeah.
Am I close
Can I
enough to
compete
give
this
him
role with
guide?
savoir faire?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it is gonna be a savoir faire would work, and I think you're coming up right as this question's being asked.
25 for my savoir faire,
Oh my god, dude.
and he's really trying to convince you. So it's a total of 29.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think I can help you overcome that. Damn.
What kind of check would I roll for this?
I would say awareness, but intuition if you have it.
I don't
Not
have.
intuition, intuiting.
Yeah, I don't have intuiting.
So then straight awareness, I think.
How about foraging?
I don't know about that one.
Cool. So that's 10.
Yeah, that's some weird ruin shit. Not too surprising.
Okay. Why? Where do you need to take me?
Well, we gotta just go down to the bottom of the boat. There's something cool down there. I'll show you. Anybody else around? One more person.
Yes, my friend.
You want to come with us?
If I must. Hmm.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so as you make your way down to the bottom of the boat, you kind of start just like this man is on a pathway. Ruin knows exactly where he's going. It's like this man's on a mission. And then you get to the bottom of the boat, and I think a smell would probably overwhelm K-Max of someone who knows cooking, of like meat that's not necessarily rotted, but like just meat that's like out and aerated. You know what I mean? Like just smells
Yeah.
like straight up, like almost like a butcher shop in here. And it's coming from like the back end of the ship where Ruin's leading you, and it's a very odd scent. And I think you'd actually hear as you approach just a cracking of bone and a wet sploosh sound, like slooshing sound afterwards. As you begin to kind of walk your way to the back, it doesn't seem to bother Ruin at all. He just keeps on heading towards it. But it definitely seems off here for you.
If it seems
just-
off enough, he would probably pull out his kite shield. Which, like what Pergo would see is him pulling a skull of a Triceratops from his back and strapping it onto one of his arms.
It's just right over here.
Okay.
I think at this point, if you all are approaching, Ruin walks around these like last bit of barrels. Actually, no, I think probably Ruin stopped right before them, and he's like Ruin, and he's just like kind of pointing to behind it, kind of saying like, yeah, this is where we're supposed to go. And as whose go it would be walk first, Pergo or K-Mex?
Hey, Max.
Probably K-Mix.
As K-Mex steps past it, you all would hear,
Yes. He looks meaty.
and a giant pincer is going to thrash out at you. K-Mex trying to try to grab at you. Now, that is what I call cliffing.
Wait, what?
Million rat.
What?
You can't know what happens just yet. We have to enjoy the story in pieces and parts so you can really appreciate the whole thing. I don't want to keep you guessing.
Fuck.
Yes, I know. He really needs to get a handle on your swearing. I mean, I'm all for it, but that was just straight up crude.
Wait, you know what's rude is you stopping now. Now I gotta go do chores. Rude.
Yeah, I
And
want to
when
hear
you're
the rest of
done-
the story too.
You'll get a story as a reward. No, all right. Hey, who are you? What are you doing on the boat? Who is this?
Of course,
Did
he's
you
going to
forget
show up
what your friend
randomly.
sounds like?
For a second, Kobe did.
He's
You thought
he's
it-
of course going to sit in for the story.
Oh yeah,
Just
that makes
randomly
sense.
show up in the middle of it though.
In the middle of like, oh, bloody bits, what's happening over here?
Something about a big crab as Smudge kind of waddles by his medium-sized crab. Jesus.
That caught on the fucking mic.
Oh fuck, dude.
All right.
Soundbite.
All right. So once again, we would like to give our thanks to Clouse for providing his voice and this wonderful character that he's built.
Thank you. I am still here.
Do you have anything that you want to promote?
Once again, as always, I have a YouTube channel. I have a lot of editing that's coming in front of me as soon as I get some art stuff done, and then we'll see from there. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's me.
Well, thank you for listening to episode 4 of Lesh's Tales, The Atomic Heart. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we would love it if you let us know. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, and maybe still TikTok under Tales of Yavard Podcast. Links to the link tree are in the episode description. If you really enjoyed the episode, give us a rating on whichever podcatcher you use. Maybe tell your friends and hopefully spread the word.